Hello everyone and now welcome to a game between Sock and Infi. This game taking place here on Northern Isle. We have Sock spawning. Why are the colors wrong? There we go. Sock spawning as a red human player over here on the bottom left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Infi has spawned choosing Night Elf, spawning over here on the top right-hand side of the map. Thank you for joining me. To watch some of the best Warcraft 3 games out there. Hopefully this will be an enjoyable match, but we are talking about Infi here, so enjoyable match if he plays his crazy inventive style. That will definitely be the case. For all of you guys wondering, this is taken from DreamHack Warcraft 3 open on the Asia servers, as it is Sock and all right. I don't know. Part has changed. I need to like just do that actual. All right, like or I don't know. For all you guys on Twitch who know what I'm talking about, and I don't know, people actually like sub me in order to get that one emote. That would be that would be pretty funny. And there are many new pog champs. Actually, the pog champ I heard rotates every 24 hours, right? So it's a new pog champ every day. So every day you get a different one. Anyways, Archmage going to be coming across over here. Archmage followed alongside a footman. Meanwhile, back off to the north here, we are getting that Altar of Elders, which means it is going to be a tavern hero. And, well, I'm wondering what tavern hero it is going to be. All right, Archmage coming on out 2 minute 15 second before we are going to be getting that Tavern Hero out. We should have more archers out onto the battlefield already just because of that delay on that first hero. And the hero of choice is going to be a Beastmaster. Nothing too crazy different overall as the footman of Sock now retreating back. Beastmaster with Bear already out onto the battlefield. Bear, a very smart choice as the Beastmaster can now act as a front line going up against any sort of units. Beastmaster with two Bears, much more effective against defended footmen than, say, a Keeper of the Grove and thus some of those Ents. All right, Beastmaster going to go ahead and finish off this Ogre Magi creep camp. I believe it's a 5-4-4, giving that Beastmaster level 2. Archmage of Sock already sitting at level 2, going to finish off the remainder of this creep camp here and finishing off these ice trolls. Brilliance Aura, absolutely necessary, and also picking up Gloves of Haste for a little bit of bonus damage. Claws of Attack plus 9 with faster attack speed. Will that translate to more archer deaths? Beastmaster with Bear. You haven't seen it. All right, you must be new to my channel, not seeing a lot of Infi games. In this composition, or in this matchup, Infi has often gone for Bears early, as it acts as a way to protect those archers, and it also still powers up the army after the footmen get defend. And that is the one downside for this particular strategy from Night Elf, going mass archers early on. Once the Fen gets researched by the footmen, or if human notices that there are just too many archers out on the field, humans research the Fen, and it really shuts down the Night Elf play. The Bears keep Sock a little bit honest as well. All right, coming back around, Moonwell. Is it going to end up getting destroyed? Yes, it does end up getting destroyed, not being able to be repaired. Footman now trying to retreat as well. Archers, well, lobbing all of those attacks pretty easily as we're looking at, well, the Bear trying to chase after that Water Elemental now. Archers were able to get in a good amount of damage.
Players' forces are under attack.
Archers were able to get in a good amount of damage, as well as the Bears now making their way off to the north. Coming back around. Bear going to go ahead and engage. Archer is going to be able to easily turn their targets onto that Water Elemental. Water Elemental moving rather slowly. Oh, is Sock going to be able to deny? Yes, he does. Denying that precious experience once more. Beastmaster desperately wants to get up to level 3. He has not trained up a level 2 summon as of yet, as the Beastmaster is a rather mana-intensive hero if it gets 2 summons very early on. Beastmaster going to go ahead and engage back down against the Archmage here. There is one bear down here as well. Beastmaster going to run all the way back home. A bunch of Moonwell's going to heal him back up, get all of that Moonwell juice going. I don't know why he didn't drink from that one. All right, drinking from that one too, as we're looking at, well, Infi making sure to not give any free experience to Sock. Sock has set up an expansion down to the south here, and he is well controlling his footmen, making sure that the footmen are going to be next to this arcane vault when the Archmage does finally go back and return. Archmage taking a large amount of damage, doesn't want to stick around this fight, already down to 157 hit points, as the Archmage, well, down to 138. I'm not quite sure what he's thinking here, as the bear, if it gets a bash here, oh, that's going to be bad news right there. There was a big bash right there. The Wisp could have also perhaps gotten in the way. Staff of Teleportation, as there is another cancellation once more. Or is the Naga Sea Witch? Oh, what is going on here? Infi now putting in pressure. He's going to be coming in. There goes the Naga Sea Witch. Where's the archers? The archers are all right here as well. Why aren't they moving down on south? As in addition to that Naga Sea Witch, I'm not 100% quite sure, as the Archmage is losing a lot of his has lost a lot of his hit points, but is now trying to run away to be able to live and fight another day. That bash coupled with that one Wisp, I thought the Wisp would have been able to do a little bit of body blocking and prevent that Archmage from being able to escape. Naga Sea Witch now out onto the battlefield here. Archer is going to be able to, well, lob in those attacks, getting in damage onto that Scout Tower. Scout Tower going to get taken out. There goes one. Are we going to see now the Arcane Tower get taken out as well? No, just lobbing in arrows. The Naga Sea Witch not even bothering, as it's finally going to back away. Militia now being called over here as we see the Scroll of Town Portal retreating everyone back home. All right, Footman leading the charge. Naga Sea Witch does have cold arrows finally, as the units are now trying to retreat back once more. Is the Naga Sea Witch perhaps going to turn back around and engage? As we are looking at the Beastmaster sitting at level 3 with Wand of Lightning Shield, ready to put in a little bit more pressure. So far, the pacing of this game seems a little bit odd. Double Raging Bears across the way. And what is this? Sock getting a Beastmaster of his own. All right, all of a sudden, a Beastmaster of his own, Naga Sea Witch, gives the Lightning Shield, buff to that Beastmaster instead. And now the Beastmaster, ran out. Is he going to try to get another one there? I don't remember the last time I've seen two Beastmasters, as the Archmage gets taken out after the focus fire from the Naga Sea Witch and the archers. Level 1 going up against a level 3. A level 2, level 1 level going up against a level 3, level 1, as the Beastmaster now, well, beating and taking down all of these peasants, perhaps trying to just shut down the expansion here. And Infi is just playing an absolute crazy game, going for mass summons, even though there's an arcane tower here. Naga Sea Witch going to go ahead and retreat back. What is going on? The Raging Bear of Sock actually trying to take down a couple of the archers here. It looks like it's going to end up getting taken down, as, well, there is Moonwells to try and heal. Meanwhile, back down to the south here, this bear going to try and escape once more. What happened to the other bear? Oh, Cloak of Shadows. All right, Cloak of Shadows during the day. Perhaps we're going to be looking at Dust of Appearance. There's another bear or another peasant getting taken out, and that Beastmaster pretty much just constantly killing unit after unit after unit, almost at level 4. And this is a very large experience advantage. Beastmaster down to 139 hit points, needs to retreat back, needs to heal up. There's that Staff of Preservation as it teleports back home. All right. A bear going to be running through a gauntlet of archers, as now Dryads joining in on the battle. Dryads are going to have a difficult time keeping up with Abolish Magic pretty much, as there's going to be not only water elementals, but bears, summoned bears to try and disenchant, or Abolish Magic, excuse me, wrong ability. Coming back through, a Sock is just taking so much damage consistently. We're going into low upkeep by Sock. Infi sitting in and no upkeep right now. He has a smaller army, but still somehow able to keep his opponent honest here, as we see a quick, well, there goes a lightning shield there. Fork lightning coming back across the other way. There's a Scroll of the Beast getting in a little bit more damage. Another footman could get taken down. Are we going to see another footman end up getting lost, as well as the Beastmaster could have a little bit of problem as well? Beastmaster dives on in. Fork lightning finishes finishes off another footman again. There's Abolish Magic finishing off a water elemental as the Dryads and Archers, well, the Archers with such long range, 700 range, able to set up 2 lines of fire as the Naga Sea Witch sits at level 3. Water Elementals, normally that frontline tank, unable to do their job. Same thing with the Bears as the Abolish Magic from the Dryads quickly destroying and unsummoning those units before they can do their job properly. Well, glad to see you here as well. It is still 2021. It seems like, well, I've been doing this job for almost 12 years now, so why not continue to do it? Beastmaster are going to go ahead and get up to level 4 now, which does represent the Thunderhawk. Thunderhawk with that magic damage, very, very big damage indeed, 21 to 25. But importantly, it can actually go after these guard towers and peasant towers that have heavy armor. The question, though, is it really worth it? As you don't want it to take too much damage. You want the archers to be taking the damage while the Thunderhawk, well, gets in that big damage right there. Are we going to see a retargeting? Yes, we are. That Thunderhawk quickly getting destroyed. Bear now going to be that next priority target as it tries to finish everything off here. Meanwhile, the major battle coming across here, Naga Sea Witch, well, holding the door against all of these units. Meanwhile, we are looking at archers perhaps trying to fight back against all of these units. Are we going to see him shadow meld down to 26 supply, getting taken out here? Sock, what is going on here? Sock is actually getting in some easy kills on Infi's units since Infi tried to, well, divide and conquer with his own army. These archers, are they, well, a giant red herring, though, trying to make Sock's army chase after them while the Dryads are slowly built up and the Naga Sea Witch and the Beastmaster gain a lot of precious experience. All right, Tuskar Sorcerer about to get taken down. Level 4, level 3, going up against a level 3, level 2, and that is a freshly minted level 2 Beastmaster. However, Sock does have Rifleman and Priest, an incredibly strong composition going up against all of these Dryads here. A little bit of focus fire would go a very long way. All right, still Infi without a second base, and the longer this game goes, though, the more questions I have. Is the hero level advantage going to be enough to make up for the economic difference? That is the key question here as the riflemen show up to the party trying to perhaps focus down some of these units. 63 supply compared to 54. No slow, though. No way to really slow any of these attacks here. No Stormbolt, no Mountain King. Staff of Preservation saves as the Dryads with their fast movement speed able to run away very quickly. Rifleman trying to catch up on that distance, unable to do exactly that as the Archmage now Staff of Teleportations back home. All right. 2 bases compared to 1. More peasants need to get added in. Perhaps adding in another farm would be helpful to try and round off that protection, making sure that the bears do not have an easy time to get within melee range. 62 supply compared to 54. Mountain Giants now joining in on the fight here as the bear is going to be the one to deal a decent amount of damage. However, that bear is only the level 1 variety still. 28 to 30 damage. That bear would deal more damage and also have the chance of stunning as well.
A player's forces are under attack.
All right, Mountain Giants here. Sad. I don't know. It seems, Eric, I'm just going to call you Eric. Eric, it seems like you haven't seen the meta. This is pretty standard meta now, trying to get into 2 Mountain Giants after your opponent transitions into Riflemen. The Riflemen having a difficult time dealing with the Mountain Giants, but the downside for the Mountain Giants is that they have a difficult time trying to get healed back up. There are no fountains of health on this map, so eventually Sock's Mountain Giants will need bears with rejuvenation in order to easily heal. Otherwise, you just drain your Moonwells a bit too quickly. All right, units trying to back up once more. Mountain Giants trying to dive on and going after those priests as well. Naga Sea Witch, and this is a weird divide and conquer situation as the units are still fighting their way through. All right, more Mountain Giants taunting, trying to absorb more of the damage from those riflemen. Their archers are getting taken down. There's a fork landing across multiple units as all of a sudden a bunch of low hit point units show up for Sock. Sock needing to try and retreat as there's that Scroll of Town portal heading back home. 50 supply compared to 61. Sock has consistently had the larger army, but it has not translated into victory on the battlefield, as Infi is nearly level, or will get to level 5 on the Beastmaster, and the Naga Sea Witch not too far behind. Are we going to see the web spinner? Yes, start popping up some skeletal minions as well. More bears joining in. That is the spirit bear, a blinking, a raging bear. And there's the blink inside the line right there across all of those trees. The blinking bear able to, dive deep inside and perhaps try and take down some of these towers. Meanwhile, one Thunderhawk was trying to absorb a bit of damage, right, or deal a bit of damage as that bear living up to his name and almost finishing off more of those peasants again. Blinking bears, yeah. Yeah. Staring contest with a bear. The bear blinks first, and you somehow still lose. Naga Sea-Witch gonna finish off this Magnetar Reaver, perhaps Creep Camp, perhaps get to level 5 as well. The timing is gonna be key though, as the Beastmaster and Archmage are gonna be showing up to the party. Who's gonna get the last hit? Who's gonna get the experience? Naga Sea-Witch gets the experience, picks up the Helm of Valor, but now needs to retreat back. Our Beastmaster and Archmage will be able to finish off the remainder of this creep camp, and this may actually give level 4 to the Archmage, which represents level 2 Brilliance Aura, which is incredibly important for this Beastmaster Archmage duo. Ancient of War going to end up getting taken down, and Infi finally going into low upkeep at 64 supply with the advantage here, but that double level up does give Sock a little bit of extra life in his step. All right, Thunderhawk trying to finish off all of these units. Beastmaster really not getting that much experience. The guard tower is just far too much. Even if the Beastmaster brings an entire army there, it wasn't enough to stop his opponent. Flying Machine doing a little bit of scouting in the back here. We are looking at one base, 6 minutes of mining left for Sock, and that is it. As we could be looking at an engagement. Dryad, well, walked to school and just got absolutely jumped right there by a bunch of riflemen, as we're looking at the priest with Dispel Magic. And what is this? We are going for a Pit Lord third. Infi rounding out the unusual strategies with a Pit Lord third in order to go for Howl of Terror. And by using that Howl of Terror, he is able to greatly reduce the amount of damage on those riflemen and, well, nullify much of their focus fire, as the mountain giants are constantly just taunting. Fork Lightning now being brought back over. Wow, 3 mountain giants beating up on a little quill beast. That seems like a bit scary. 5 mountain giants now trying to go after all of these units as well. All right. Water Elemental just going to get finished off here, giving a little bit more experience. Pit Lord sitting at level 1. Pit Lord actually a little bit of a tough spot right now. Only 750 hit points, and at this stage in the game could easily get focused down before a good Howl of Terror is used. We are also looking at an Orb of Venom on the Naga Sea-Witch as well. So, interesting choice to go Orb of Venom on the Naga Sea-Witch, as we see a Fork Lightning while finishing off one of the riflemen there. So Naga Sea-Witch much more for Fork of Lightning rather than Cold Arrows. You're tangled up. Back up. Yes, I'm trying to. Beastmaster, Archmage coming back around now. We are looking at a Paladin as the third hero, trying to keep all of these units alive. Meanwhile, Blinking Bear, goes into the back line here and finds a bunch of peasants that he can easily take out, and trying to focus them down as well. Meanwhile, we're looking at the main army of Sock. Where are they trying to transition back off to here, as Fork Lightning, Naga Sea-Witch able to pick off some easy units once again. Low hit point Spirit Bear. Are we going to see these units perhaps get taken out? Knights, Knights with Sundering Blades. Not quite sure what the Sundering Blades against the Archers, as we're going to be looking at a low hit point Spirit Bear get denied there. Priest needs to get in a little bit more healing. Meanwhile, back off to the north here, Mountain Giants creeping with the Pit Lord. And if the Pit Lord was difficult to... If I said he was difficult to kill before, or easy to kill before, he's now up to 900 hit points and 10 armor, greatly reducing the amount of damage he would take from those riflemen. That is going to be absolutely huge here. 71 supply compared to 77. Sock still with the economic advantage, but only a slight army advantage. All of his army is really doing is just giving more and more experience to Infi's army. 2 level 5 heroes and now a level 3 to round it up. Pit Lord may try and dive on in. I would not be surprised if the Lightning Shield was given to the Beastmaster instead, so that the Beastmaster can Lightning Shield up the Pit Lord, who's going to try and dive on into that location. All right, there's that Howl of Terror, greatly reducing the amount of damage being done as bears are going to get taken down. Units now trying to retreat back here. 75 supply compared to 78. There's the rejuvenation bears that I was talking about moments ago, as the Knights are also the perfect counter to the Mountain Giants, 1,600 hit points as the units try to retreat back. Knights with Sundering Blades, Staff of Preservation, trying to save more units. And really, Knights are the only thing that really can scare a Mountain Giant to force this retreat all the way back home. But there is nothing to really punish this retreat right now. No ability to slow or stun any of these units. 79 supply compared to 80. Sock does have 1,000 gold in the bank, ready to replenish all of those units when the time comes. Water elementals being dropped down as they are finally of use, as there are no more dryads on the battlefield. It seems like Infi has been transitioning his army, constantly rotating, dropping the archers at first, then dropping the dryads, as we are now looking at a mainly bear and mountain giant composition. All right, the question is it going to be enough as the Beastmaster gets up to level 4? Wisp now coming back over. Are we going to see some detonations? Yes, we are. Removing all of that inner fire, making it difficult as the bears are now in that frontline location. Wisp trying to get to that back line. There's some more detonation, removing that precious inner fire as the units are retreating again. All right, fighting in a narrow choke point. That's exactly what Sock wants, though. Being able to draw a line in the sand, keeping the Knights and the Mountain Giants on one side, allowing the Riflemen and the Priest to be able to fire from the comfort and safety from that back line, as the Ancient of Wonders is going to end up falling. Going back and forth, more detonation. The Wisp coming out of the woodwork, literally, to try and detonate on that back line there, as we now see another Howl of Terror. All right, a little bit wider of a choke point. Is this enough? Enough for Infi to counterattack, or is Sock going to enjoy the choke point line a little bit too much as the units try to retreat back again? Beastmaster sitting at level 5 has an Orb of Venom and that Mana Stone. Orb of Venom was, well, are we going to see triple Orb of Venom? That would be rather interesting, as a Rifleman gets taunted into a final shot only to get taken out by another unit. More fighting underway. 76 supply compared to 71. Sock actually comes out ahead of that battle with 1,700 gold and the larger army again, setting up now, or what will be his third base. All right. Thunderhawk off over here, going to easily take down this scout tower. That scout tower only scouting anyways, as the corners of the map, the main gold mines are now nearly mined out. 20 seconds, 30 seconds, or 40 seconds of mining are left. Paladin perhaps going to try and get to level 3 here. Wow, one of the opening green or opening orange creep camps finally cleared up. It is a 4-4-3 composition going up against a 5-5-3, and Infi's composition, it does look a bit strange, I must add. All right. Bear gonna go ahead and, well, get straight into that gold mine position, no problem whatsoever. Mountain Giants not actually picking up trees for some reason, even though they're trying to take down a town hall. All right, during this time, it looks as though Sock says, my base is not worth saving right now. I already have a 2,000 gold advantage. Let me just try and take down some of your buildings as you take down mine here. Mountain Giants finally going to start picking up trees. Yes, they are. Scroll of Town Portal, Beastmaster going to go ahead and scroll back. And that was a little bit of a lost on time as the Tree of Eternity walked on over. All right, there you go. Mountain Giants are in position here. Riflemen trying to fight back here. Mountain Giants are going to go ahead for a taunt. They have Vampiric, or a Staff of Preservation doesn't bring them back too far, as the Knights are still fighting their way through level 3 on that Paladin. Scroll of Healing should be used here in just a moment. Scroll of Town Portal used instead. So many low hit point units in that back line. 2 Priest fall. 61 supply compared to 71. Infi coming out ahead in that fight right there, now with the supply advantage. The question: can the Druids of the Claw be able to rejuvenate these Mountain Giants and heal themselves back up for the follow-up attack? Or is Sock's bank gonna be enough to carry him to victory? 300 gold left here. All right, Bear trying to take down these towers here. Not gonna be able to do that very easily at all. Surprisingly though, still no masonry upgrade. And without a masonry upgrade, well, these towers could end up actually falling pretty quick, as another bear takes its place right there. We're going to see some repairs. Repair not in time Like I said, level 1 masonry upgrade was all that you really needed, as the Spirit Bear going to go ahead and finish off this peasant pretty easily. 71 supply compared to 70. What are Sock's options at this point? Archmage is at 4, Beastmaster is at 4, Paladin is at 3. Even with True Shot Aura, and the Rifleman, that's still not enough. Beastmaster now trying to retreat back here. Tree of Eternity has repositioned itself and will be able to entangle this gold mine here in just a second. And what is the difference in mined gold? About 9,690 gold. Mined difference between the two, and Infi is still now in a much more favorable position than his opponent. This is going to be an all-in move by Sock, pretty much. He knows that he needs to win this battle. In comes the units, in comes the knights, trying to get a very good flank here. Riflemen, priest are in the backside here. There's a Howl of Terror. Causing a bit of problems, reducing the amount of damage as the knights are just attacking freely, but going after the sea witches, not going after the mountain giants, as we still see roar across the mountain giants here. Mountain giants dealing large amounts of damage with those giant clubs. A scroll of healing finally being used. Water elementals could try and engage. What is going on? Naga Sea Witch is at 300 hit points and dropping slowly, getting up to level 6. Staff of Preservation saves. Beastmaster is at level 6 now and going for, hasn't trained. Nope. We do see Tornado and we do see Thunder Lizards as the abilities. Howl of Terror coming across. Pit Lord trying to retreat back, and the Holy Light onto the Pit Lord could actually finish him off. And there goes the Holy Light finishing off the Pit Lord, as it is, technically an undead unit. Paladin being able to nuke down the Pit Lord at level 4. Is it going to be enough, though, as he tries to make his way back over? All right, continuing the fight here. Archmage is a little bit too far, trying to give Brilliant Sword to the Paladin. He is now out of mana, as we're still looking at this fight. 67 supply compared to 62. Knights now trying to retreat, as the Naga Sea Witch shows back up to the party. And is it going to fork lightning, finishing off more knights here? 58 supply compared to 67. Naga Sea Witch joining back in at full hit points and full mana, represents so much damage. And there goes the Tornado, looking to disrupt and pick up units. There's a Tornado up onto Sock's Beastmaster, and that may be just enough right there, as peasant after peasant going to end up getting taken out as well. All right, Naga Sea Witch, benefiting from a little bit of extra, channeling time, and Infi looks like he is going to come out ahead. 70 supply compared to 50, and he's the one mining away. Tornado picking up and dropping off those units so easily. Thunderhawk trying to finish off these arcane towers off in the corner. Not gonna work, as Sock doesn't realize how behind he is. That positioning just not working at all. Infi being able to get every ounce of usefulness out of his entire army, coming out ahead, even though he lost his Pit Lord. There's a roar in that back line. 70 supply versus 70. We're looking at a major battle here. Vampiric Aura on the Beastmaster, adding in a little bit of additional healing for the mountain giants. That is absolutely huge, as the Naga Sea Witch, Fork Lightning, is going to be able to get away. Archmage down. Oh, Naga Sea Witch gets taken down. Archmage sitting at level 5 now. Is this going to be enough? 64 supply compared to 43. Paladin sitting at level 3 right now. Beastmaster is still here. So it is a solo level 6 Beastmaster going up against level 4, level 5, level 3, as the Knights, will they be able to finish off these mountain giants here? Staff of Sanctuary would have been incredibly useful to try and save some of these Knights now. There's the Staff of Sanctuary there, as the Paladin does have a little bit of mana still. All right, Dryad's Pit Lord joins back in on the fight here again. Paladin trying to keep away Archmage now with Brilliance Aura, still trying to give more mana to that Paladin, as we're still seeing more and more regeneration. Howl of Terror coming across here, as we're looking at 70 supply compared to 39. All right, Thunderhawk in the air, going now after that Knight. There goes a low hit point Knight, down to 2 hit points, stays alive again as a Beastmaster Bear summons again, and that is the GG from Sock. Infi losing that Naga Sea Witch at the end gave a little bit of extra life to Sock trying to get back into this game, but overall the experience difference on Infi's army was what gave him that advantage. A level 7 and a level 6 hero, not only do you talk about the abilities that they gain, you also talk about the bonus damage that they are able to deal and how much more difficult they are to focus down. That's what ended up happening there. Sock got more hero kills, but if you look at the overall unit count, you see Infi killed a massive, massive number of Sox units, allowing him to get to level 5 much more quickly. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.